Okay, so number 2 on this page is y is equal to negative x. In order to graph this line, instead of finding our slope, instead of finding our y-intercept, we're going to make a table of values, okay? So first thing I'm going to do is in this table, right here in this box, I'm going to write our equation. Y equals to negative x. Come on. Y is equal to negative x. Are you going to pay attention? Okay, can we get this paper out, please? Y is equal to negative x. Now, we've practiced this. This was the first type of graphing that we practiced on our notes on Friday. We need 1, 2, 3 x values because there's 3 boxes under x. Okay? Can they be anything? Yes. But we want to pick specifically small numbers because we want it to fit on our graph. Okay? So we can do 1, 2, 3, but what's Miss Cornet's favorite number?
1, 2, 0.
0. Okay? 1 and 2. Some of the other teachers would say you need to use a negative number. You absolutely can. I like 0, 1, and 2. All right? What are we going to do with these 3 numbers?
Put them together. Boom.
Put them in place of x. Very good. So right here in this line, we're just going to plug them in. So I'm going to copy down. Good. Y is equal to negative 0. Hey, guys, what's negative 0? 0. So y is 0. You can't have a negative of 0. It's neutral. It's Switzerland. All right. Right here, x and y. What is our coordinate?
0.
0 and 0. Very good. 0 and 0. Okay, 0 is our x value. Y is what we got out. 0 is our y value. So 0, 0. All right, the next one. Y equals negative, because there's a negative there, and this time x is 1. So y is equal to negative 1, which is negative 1. Careful. Careful.
The next one's negative 2.
Careful. Our x, good. Our x value is 1. Our y value is negative 1. So 1, negative 1.
I have a question.
Surprising.
So it's next.
I know, I'm proud of you.
So would it be y equals negative 2?
Okay, Alicia raised her hand and isn't asking a question.
So basically, like, if the other ones have a number like 3 to x, so we have to multiply 0.
Yeah, so you would do 3 times 0 minus 1. 3 times 1 minus 1.
And then what would,
Okay. Kyle, x is this column here. Y is this column here. The x value we plugged in is 1. The y value we got out is negative 1. 1, negative 1 together make our coordinate, x, y.
So would the next one be y equals negative 2?
Yes, y is equal to negative 2, so y is negative 2.
so is it 2 negative 2?
Yep, 2, negative 2.
Ew, I really
All up in her hand.
Okay. Any questions about filling out our table, Alicia?
no, not after that. You grab it, right?
Yeah. What?
I didn't hear anything.
You didn't hear anything? Okay. So do you have questions about something?
Okay, so x.
X.
Right?
We pick values for x.
Okay.
We pick those. I pick small values so they fit on my graph. Next.
Y.
Y. We get y by plugging in the numbers for x.
Y is negative.
Well, the equation says y is equal to negative x. So y is equal to negative of whatever number I plugged in.
Okay.
And?
The column that says y.
Well, if y is equal to negative 0, that's 0. If y is equal to negative 1, that's negative 1.
So is this a negative?
And then I put them together. Uh-huh.
It is.
Well, what's in front of x? A negative. So is that a negative slope? Do you see how they connect now, though? Yes. Awesome. All right, so now that we have 3 points, we're just going to graph our 3 points. The first one is at 0, 0, so I'm going to come right here. I'm going to put a point at 0, 0. Our next one is positive 1, negative 1. Guys, remember that first number is x. That first number is our left and right. No, our left and right. Right 1, down 1.
Sorry.
Then the next one's positive 2, negative 2. 2, comma, negative 2. X, Y. This is our x-axis, our y-axis. So that means we are going to go right 2, down 2.
Why are we doing 2?
Guys, if your points are not lined up in a straight line, guess what?
It's wrong.
It's wrong.
So
Why is it the same number?
Huh?
Why is it the same number? Like, why is 1 negative 1 is 2 negative 2?
Because that's what our equation gives us. When we plug in 0, it gave us 0. When we plugged in 1, it's a negative of that x value, so it's just negative 1. Some of them are going to give us a little bit more complicated of answers. We're going to do another one. Okay? Again, guys, when you graph your line, does it need to look like this? No. Okay? Make sure, again, Jimmy, make sure it takes up our graph.
Wait, it takes up the whole graph?
I like to take up the whole graph. I like to go from edge of the graph to edge of the graph.
I didn't do that. I just went to the middle of the
It will.
Because I have too many lines that are like this big. They should take up that whole graph.
You have to draw the little
Yeah? Because lines go on forever. I'd still keep going. Okay? Questions on number 2? Okay. We're going to do one more, so if y'all are still not quite sure about it, on the back we're going to do number 6. On the back we're going to do number 6. Okay?
Oh, now I see why.
So we are going to do number 6. Okay. First thing I'm going to do is, again, I'm going to copy my equation into the center box. So y is equal to negative, don't forget that negative, 1/3 x plus 4. So y is equal to negative 1/3 x plus 4. Just copy down the equation. Again, this is just another way of graphing a line. No.
So 4, 5.
Careful. Okay? So, guys, look right here. Miss Cornut's favorite number can always be used. We're going to start with 0. Because 0 is the best number ever.
It's not even a number, though.
Oh,
I'm sorry, what? Please explain to me what you learned at the beginning of the school year with your natural, rational, whole, integers, real numbers. Okay. We do not... Kyle? You're being very rude. We do not want to use 1 and 2. Can anybody tell me why?
Because we've already used them.
No.
Because it's a negative.
No.
1 and 2 are
It's positive.
fraction.
There's a fraction.
No, 1/2,
Okay.
1/3.
So here's what happens. When we multiply 1/3 by 1, we get 1/3. We don't want fractions. I said 1, and then it was like third. Okay? So we do not want to multiply 1/3 by numbers that are going to give us fractions. 1/3, multiplying by 1/3 is the same thing as dividing by what?
What?
Multiplying by 1/3 is the same thing as dividing by 3.
Zero.
Guys,
Zero.
3.
0.
When you multiply something by 1/3, that's the same thing as multiplying by or dividing by 3. Okay, 1/3 multiplying divide by 3. So what are numbers that are divisible by 3? 6 and
9.
which one did y'all skip?
18, 20.
3. Let's start with 3 and 6. We don't want to use 9 because there is not a 9 on my graph.
We can make one now.
No.
Yeah, we don't have to do.
You really want to do more work? No. Okay. So since it is being multiplied by 1/3, we want to use numbers that are divisible by 3. Over here on number 5, I'm not going to do this one with you, but since it's being multiplied by 1/2, we want to use numbers that are divisible by what? 2.
Wait, which one we use?
2, 4, 6, 8, 10. You want to do even numbers. Good. Okay? But y'all are going to do that one on your own. I just want to make sure we pointed that out. So right here, you are on the wrong problem. Sarah. Sarah. Stop. We're on number 6. You're not asleep. Stop pretending. Do you need to go stand up? Go stand up.
Where?
Right beside your desk. Okay. I'm going to plug in 0 for x. So y is equal to negative 1/3 times 0 plus 4. What's negative 1/3 times 0?
0.
0. What's 0 plus 4?
0. Or, I mean, 4. You said.
I wonder about you sometimes. 0, 4. Yeah, buddy. All right, Jimmy Tron.
No, what about
That one was just there waiting for me. All right, then y is equal to negative 1/3 times 3 plus 4.
Hold on, Keith. There you go.
You're plugging in these numbers for x, Kyle.
I know, I was drawing my own.
Okay, well, I didn't do mine yet, so.
Can I use this clipboard?
You're fine. Negative 1/3 times 3
It's not negative.
is negative.
Oh, I'll go back right here.
Negative 1.
Negative 1.
So when you divide negative 1/3 by 1/3,
That's multiplying.
What?
you get positive 3. Oh, it's proportion. You flip it, and then
Honey, no, ma'am.
then I don't know.
When you are multiplying by a fraction, you multiply across. Negative 1 times 3 is negative 3. 3 times 1 is 3. Negative 3 divided by positive 3 is negative 1.
That confused me. And then you put add 4 and add 2.
Add 4 gives us positive 3.
Adding extra steps makes me confused.
Oh!
Where'd you come up with that?
Y'all did this. Again, this was your very first unit this year.
So we would do y equals negative 1/3.
Oh, we know 5.
Maybe I can't.
Is it 3 and 3?
It's 3 and 3.
I'm talking about the next one.
Y is equal to negative 1/3. Jimmy, what?
I said, they replaced the 3 with the 6.
Yeah, we replaced the 3 with a 6.
The parentheses is 6.
Negative 1/3 times 6. Guys, what's 6 divided by 3?
2.
It's negative 2.
Negative.
Negative 2 plus 4 is 2.
How'd you get 2? How'd you get 2?
Negative 1/3 times 6. Negative 6 over 3, which is negative 2. Y'all, stop. Jimmy, stop.
It was out of nowhere.
So our point here is 6, 2, and then we can plot these 3 points. So our first one is at 0, 4.
Question, why did you get 6? Like 6
How'd you get 2?
How'd you get 3 on that other side?
y'all are confusing me.
Yeah, how'd you get 2?
Okay, guys, hang
I
on.
know you got 2 by
Negative 1/3 times 6 is negative 2. Negative 2 plus 4 is a positive 2. Guys, these are computations that we should be able to do.
No, how did you get the 6 like this?
We chose 6. We chose 6.
Oh, okay, now
Okay, our first point is 0, 4. Over 50% of the class graphs this point wrong.
Go up 0.
0, 4. Where do I put 0, 4?
On that, you go 0 and then you move to the right.
on 4. Because
So I put it right here.
Yes.
No.
no.
Yeah, I got it right.
Y'all always do that wrong, okay? This is x, this is y. X is 0. We don't go left or right. We go up.
Oh, we go up.
We go up for 4.
I did that, and then you tricked me by saying half the class does this wrong.
I'm so sorry that you weren't confident in your skills.
I'm not confident.
It's a 0
Okay.
slope.
3, 3. Y'all should all get 3, 3 because it's the same number, so even if you mix them up, you get them right.
It's a 0 slope.
And then 6, 2, we're going right 6, up 2. Again, if your 3 dots do not form a line, you graphed something wrong. Or you calculated wrong.
Calculation.
Okay, so that's graphing using a table.